welcome to Rapid Rants, episode 17. We have some awesome topics and some special guests with us today. The first one, the third person on the screen, is Dr. Bold. She is our official sponsor of Dentistry in Motion, LLC. She is an incredible dentist in Atlanta. She's mobile. She will come to you if you need. Just hit her up for all dental needs immediately. Furthest on the right, we have Thenya from Kenya. She is a comedian out of California. She is hilarious. We've had her on once before. She's a fantastic host. Let's get right into this today. We have our Dr. Bolds on because our first topic has to do with these fake dentists in Atlanta. That is really, it's posing a big threat, and we have a local expert to talk about it. So we're going to run the first video.
An Atlanta man who went viral on TikTok for veneer transformations is now in the Fulton County Jail.
Authorities say the man is not a dentist and never has been, and they say he's been putting patients at risk. In a Channel 2 Action News exclusive, consumer investigator Justin Gray is live in Northeast Atlanta after going along with investigators who raided the business. Justin.
Yeah, these are the 8 felony criminal warrants. Investigators still there at this hour. They called this Operation Toothache, and a deputy district attorney figured out what was going on here by seeing a viral TikTok. Investigators raided what looks like a high-end dental practice in Northeast Atlanta. Check out social media. You see the specialty of A-List Smiles Atlanta, veneers.
It does look reputable, it does look professional, and that's part of the scam.
To his 157,000 Instagram followers, Brandon Dillard promoted himself as Atlanta's top veneer specialist and trainer. But he's not showing off that expensive smile in this booking photo on 8 felony charges, including practicing dentistry and medicine without a license and theft by deception. Is Brandon Dillard a dentist?
Brandon Dillard is not a dentist. He's never been a dentist, and as much as he may want to play one on Instagram, he is not one.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis tells me only licensed dentists can do this kind of work in Georgia. But Dillard has been operating here for years in plain sight.
If you went to this and you thought it was a dental office and you looked at the equipment, it appears to be legitimate. But that's what the best fraudsters do, is they do everything they can to make themselves look legitimate. And in this case, this is an illegitimate operation. The problem is the consequences are to one's health.
Brandon Dillard also showed off his veneer training course on social media, where for $6,000, he taught people from around the country to be a veneer specialist. But there is no such thing legally as a veneer specialist or tech in Georgia.
They were enticing people to come in to take these classes so that you could get rich too, but you were getting rich doing something that's completely illegal.
$6,000, bro.
$6,000?
That's the first semester of dental school. That's
right?
one semester of dental school.
So, all right, resident expert Dr. Bolds, what's your take on this whole situation?
Well, I tell you what, caveat emptor, buyer beware. I can guarantee you at least 90% of those people who went to him knew that he was not a legitimate dentist. If they were so concerned, you could go on to your local or your state Board of Dentistry website, and there's always a verify license button in the quick links or somewhere, and you don't even have to know their first and last name. You can just put in their last name and they'll pop up. Now, if they don't pop up, then you know they're not a dentist. If they do pop up, it's all their status is always posted there: suspended, active, inactive.
I would never think to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say that a lot of people don't do that.
Well, in this day and age, you should.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, especially, and I think the biggest problem that's represented here is he has 157,000 followers. And like, I went through as many as I could. As far as I could tell, they were pretty real. But I think people are mistaking social media presence for verification of
exactly,
you know, the most important thing.
I'm a real dentist. I can't even get 600 followers on Instagram.
You know what I'm saying? You think I'm gonna let you?
I'm dancing and I'm doing everything, and I don't even have 600 followers. What?
You need to start that class. You need to start that class.
No, hey, look now, your rent gonna be paid $6,000.
I teach doctors how to do stuff for free. They call me and they say, "Well, can you show me how to do something?" I'm like, "Yeah, come on over." I don't even charge.
There you go.
I charge you $6,000 per head. I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
That's what you're doing wrong. You're giving it for free.
Today, I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna go visit him down at the county. She said, "What? You gonna go?" I said, "Yeah." He was doing something better than I'm doing. He was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Well, not the dentistry part." I said, "But he was
your social media hustle."
I'm like, you know what? You go ahead and let me know what you were up to.
Can I get a link on your bio, dude?
All right, go visit them. All right, let me know your strategy.
Hey, I'm not opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
so, all right, what are the health dangers?
Well, let's just start with the obvious. Okay, a lot of times when you walk into somebody's office, like say, you know, they don't know you, you don't know them, you got to take x-rays. I don't think that man was taking x-rays, number one. There's decay sometimes present. Now, you know yourself, the first thing I did was what?
Cut me down. Well, take x-rays.
I took your x-rays and I cleaned your teeth, right? And then there's a cool down period for the tissues. The tissues have to stop bleeding and the swelling has to rescind, especially if you haven't been to the dentist in a while. So you got decay, you got periodontal issues, you got, and let's not forget the obvious, the bad breath, because that's what a lot of people complain about with those veneers. I always hear, I have bad breath. Yeah, you got bad breath. And you know why? Because there's open margins, bacteria sits in between the open margins. And if you're not good with that and you're not making sure you got the right, and you got to have the right chemicals, and the right chemicals are usually not sold on eBay or Amazon. You have to get those, you have to be licensed to get those from a dental dealer. And a lot of times they use what they can. They don't know what's in those chemicals. They just use it because it says a certain thing on the bottle, but they don't know if those chemicals came from reputable manufacturers. So you don't know that the chemicals that they're using on your teeth have come from reputable manufacturers. You know, they just ordering it because that's what it says on the bottle, and that's where they got it cheap off of Amazon or eBay.
Wow.
Oh, and let's not forget sensitivity. Half of them come around because their teeth are so sensitive they cannot drink anything cold.
Oh, been there.
Yeah.
Oh, like after the veneers are put in?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Sometimes they have open margins, overhangs. And let's not forget, people do not understand periodontal disease. Periodontal disease is painless. And if you have improperly done restorations in your mouth, and they're not smooth and they're rough or whatever, you can lose gum, you can lose bone. And once you lose gum and bone, that's the only thing that's holding the teeth in your mouth. And we can't replace bones and we can't replace gums. So once you lose the bone and the gums, that's it. Your teeth are going to fall out.
Jeez Louise.
That's crazy. So what are some red flags that we could see? Like if we see someone like this on social media and we want to go get work done, what are the red flags to look for, and how, and tell us more about that website that verifies people?
Yes, please. I mean,
whatever state you're in, Florida Board of Dentistry, Georgia Board of Dentistry, just Google it. Google is your best friend by far. Like today I said, I just Googled, what school did Dr. Monica Bowles go to? Question mark. Did you know it came up?
Wow.
Huh.
What is Dr. Monica Bowles' dental license? Boom. It comes up.
Huh.
So all you got to do is Google it. You don't have to do a deep dive, but if you really want to know the latest information, I would suggest you go to your local Board of Dentistry website, and there's always a verify button, verify license button, and that's just for the public. So you can verify and see, even if the person is a dentist, you can still see what their status is. Are they on probation? Are they suspended? Are they inactive? Are they deceased? Because some people are out here working under deceased dentist names.
Wow.
Oh, yes, that part too. There's whole offices where there's doctors in there or people playing like doctors. And I've been in one at least. Yes, like 3 people in there. Nobody had a license whatsoever.
Wow, that's crazy.
Not just the veneer techs. The veneer techs are just like, they're the tip of the iceberg. This goes way deeper. Way deeper. It started years ago when people were acting like orthodontists, and the strippers and the ortho assistants were stealing brackets from the doctors and bands of brackets, and people were, walking out with full on ortho, full set of braces. And guess what? when the doctor or the fake doctor disappears, they're SOL. They're in the they're
Wow.
Oh my God. What a weird crime to commit.
It's a real strange crime.
Right?
Well, it's hard, but you know why these people exist? They exist because dentistry, number one, is expensive. And because dentistry is expensive, people are always looking for a short change way, right? A little shade tree doctor to help them out. And so that's what happens. And so since the advent of all the social media where your features and everything are always on focus in the camera, everybody want to look good for the camera, but they don't want to pay. So they go to a shade tree person who they know. They're on these people's couches. It's not just this guy. They're in people's basements. They're in people's couches. You know, when you go down in that basement,
You know what the weirdest thing is I live in California, and it was so difficult for me to find.
Well, conversation over.
No, what were we saying?
Hey, I hug most of the time.
Oh, yeah, that's what
it was meant for you. I was learning.
Yeah,
I know, right? We were learning. I feel like it was so hard for me to find a dentist here because one, I was so weirded out by the fact that the dentist office were in strip malls. I was like, next to Little Caesars? What? Like, it just threw me. I was like, there's something not right about this.
But you know what? Okay, Corey, did you ever take the time to Google me or to see if I had a license? Because clearly my office is non-traditional, right?
Right. Tell me where it is. Where is your office located?
In a truck stop.
Walk up to I ain't going there.
No, but the funny is that I was in between offices because I'm building an office, and the office that I was using, they didn't want me there anymore. So I said, I got all these patients, I got to have somewhere to go. And so the truck stop, I made it into a whole I put in all mobile equipment. I painted it. It looks great for what it was when I first walked in there. And people like hanging out in there because it doesn't look like a dental office.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that yours looks cool. I'm just saying that it took me a minute.
All right.
I said, hold on now.
Thank you so much.
But I'm a reference person. I get references, and I haven't done the Google search on my dentists yet, but I do it on my doctors, and most of my dentists and my medical people. I'm like, I need a referral, and that referral needs to be airtight. Like, it's not,
That's your best bet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Bolds, all the information. That was a great topic. Thank you for sending that. I can't wait to have you back on soon. We gotta keep this a regular thing, Doc.
I know. I love it. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll talk soon.
I'll be in your DMs.
Don't.
Everybody go make an appointment now.
All right. Welcome, Danny. Welcome,
Dan
Danny.
the man.
I don't know why every time we offend you, we lose the second host, but we're back to this floor, and it's gonna be an awesome episode, man. The next topic is going to be Coke's deal with Microsoft, and then nanotech in Coke. We'll talk about it.
According to reports, Microsoft and the Coca-Cola Company have announced a 5-year strategic partnership to align Coca-Cola's core technology strategy system-wide. So it is said to enable the adoption of leading-edge technology and foster innovation and productivity globally. Using Azure Open AI service, Coca-Cola is currently exploring the use of generative AI-powered digital assistants. Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products? The biodistribution study in major organs indicated that the NPs were easily accumulated in the digestive tract, and they were able to cross the blood-brain barrier and dispersed into the brain. Questions, and of course suspicions, have been raised in recent years.
That's our guy Blaze. All right, so I'm all about conspiracy theories, right? But this I'm not with this one. I'm not with this one because Dan is in. She works for a company that's in the AI world, right?
Yes.
And this is like what she does for companies. Like her company is very much building things for other companies to make it easier. And the nanotech story, that didn't actually have to do with the original deal with the Microsoft story.
Okay, define not with it. You said you're not with it. What does that mean?
I don't think that the deal with Microsoft is necessarily connected to nanotech being found in Coca-Cola.
Why else would they be a deal?
Because first of all, the nanotech thing happened. The deal had not been signed before the nanotech thing happened, and then this deal is to perfect their systems. It was to create digital assistants so that they can stop redundancies in their business world. It has nothing to do with their product. It's all about how the company is going to be run.
So what's the nanotech that was found in their
products? It was reported a little before the pandemic, but you know a lot of crazy world type things happen when these things come out, like the damn Titanic's submersible, and Diddy going to jail, and there's always some type of craziness that takes over the news when some real life crazy stuff goes on. So it was when the fluorescent nanotech was found in Coke and Pepsi products, all of a sudden pandemic, so nobody thought about it.
5 years before the deal was signed, though. All right, Dan, explain what it means to create AI assistants for a company like Coca-Cola.
So that's what I was just mentioning. Is it to make the factory more efficient, so it's less dependent on human and potentially human error? Is it that systematically was that the deal?
$1.1 billion though. Billion with a B.
Okay, but you're also talking about all of the shipping. You're talking about the packaging. You're talking all of that is all incumbent. So if we're talking a
worldwide company,
right?
In 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going global, and so yes, I mean that figure is nothing in comparison to a lot of other companies.
And a 5-year nanotech deal would be like $100 billion.
I mean,
technically, yes, just for the actual technology. But
yeah, I guess.
If they obviously it had to be made public, so the certain figure was made public within the deal. So there could be,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. I'm with that one.
My conspiracy theory tingle is more so that they, did it. The originals was that they were going to make it more efficient, everything business wise, the back end of everything, the factories, the shipping and all of that. And then they could install just one little thing that just inserts the nanobites into the product. It's just one part of the assembly line. You know what I'm saying? So that is believable in my opinion, but I don't know.
Very much so.
I love the conspiracy tingle.
Right? It's whoop.
It's it makes sense.
Yeah. I just hope they put something fun in there,
Well,
y'all used to put cocaine. What are we? You know what I'm saying?
So, in all these futuristic movies and television shows, right? They have it for medical purposes. That even now they have a pill that you can take that has a camera inside, so it can track your whole system and take pictures of anything that might be cancerous or whatever. But as I was saying, the futuristic movies and stuff, the nanobites actually go in and they make those repairs.
Yes.
And that's wrong. They're AI generated white blood cells essentially. So
the little bit of research I did with the fluorescent nanotechnology is more for the brain. One of the things that I saw was that they're trying to implement some type of technology, not even a control. Of course, I don't believe that they would ever announce that, but it's some type of way to be able to, whenever there's a certain technology created, you don't have to have a physical product. You would be able to kind of see it, blink, it's there. type of. They're trying to do that type of thing, and the there's no way that no one's getting cleared to mess with people's brains. So
well, that's interesting because part of the newscast it said it's actually breaking the blood-brain barrier, which not a lot of things can do.
So it's gonna be like subliminal advertising in your brain.
In your brain, bro.
In your brain, like those when they used to put those little like one frame things in TV shows and commercials to get you to think about something. It's like gonna be like that,
subliminal,
but in your eyes.
Yeah.
Just know that there's Coca-Cola in the fridge right now, and since I first saw the thing, I haven't touched it. I want to debunk it before I throw it away. You know what I'm saying?
Like I want to unpack it before, Yeah.
No, I want to just jump to conclusions.
I want to understand the robots I'm putting in my body before I put them in my body.
Facts. You feel me?
Yeah, I want to know what their intentions are. These little robots are gonna be running around inside of me. What are you?
That's it. Because if they've been doing this for 5 years already, you know how much Coca-Cola I had mixed with my, freaking rum. So there's a lot of Coca-Cola in the system.
Water.
You can get off now.
I drank enough.
It's time to quit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I got to debunk it. You feel me? I got to debunk it.
That's an interesting one. It kind of feels like the Matrix,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah. The thing that goes into the belly button and thing, and that was a whole tracker, and but.
Yeah. And then so I don't know. It's I hope that it's what you said. It's the deal was for freaking the back end.
Because like I look more into it, man, and like I saw scientists, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this kind of goes against my point, but it pissed me off because I found this one video of the scientist going through this whole 10-minute explanation of I'm putting the Coke on the little thing I'm gonna put it under the microscope, and then she goes under the microscope and she's like, well, the two lenses I have couldn't see nanotech, but let's see what I find. I'm like, well, you just wasted 10 minutes of my life. But I did see another scientist put it under a microscope and not find nanotech. So, but that's just one bottle. That was just one tiny little sample. I can't imagine.
And that's what they want you to think.
They paid the scientists or industry people. I tell you.
Hey, 1.1 billion, baby. I can afford to pay some people off. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I wanted to believe it, but I wasn't. I couldn't buy into it, man.
Yeah, I think for our sanity, we have to let it go.
Yeah, I
ignorance is
understand
bliss
that.
sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, third topic.
So when I was pregnant, my daughter's due date was May 21st, and that's a Gemini. But it's very close to not being a Gemini. And so I asked my doctor if I could get induced early so that my daughter would not have to live as a Gemini. And she said that that wasn't a valid enough reason to get induced early. So now my daughter's a Gemini, and I love her, but she's only 2.5. And I do worry that I'm not gonna vibe with her. And that's just something I have to live with every day. So it's the doctor's fault when children are born Geminis.
Her fault. She's a fucking.
This is not real.
Ma'am, as a Gemini, I hope this child wreaks havoc on your life. I hope she ruins you. I hope she is the epitome of a Gemini just for you. In your mind, whatever you believe a Gemini is, boo-boo. I hope that's her. I hope it's a rah-rah, okay? I hope she ruins your life.
I just want you to know, you just made her point very valid. I see why she don't want the child to be Gemini.
Here's the thing that people don't know about Geminis. Gemini is an air sign, and people confuse that. Here's the one thing I know about astrology, because I'm not like an astrology person, but I do know about like a couple of things, because as a Gemini, I've lived a life where people are, one, they're always shocked when they find out that I'm a Gemini, because I don't tell people, which is such a weird thing. but I don't tell people. So when they find out, they're like,
What does it matter?
it's almost like I tricked them. They're like, oh, but you're so nice. How did this happen? How did a Gemini get me? And I'm like, I didn't try to get you. This isn't a get, huh? This is who I am. But the thing about air signs is we reflect you. So if you don't like us, it's like we give you the same energy you give us. So if you give me stank energy, girl, it's reciprocal. You give.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
You give me bad energy, I don't have time to give you my precious good energy. I just don't. So homegirl.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It is crazy. Like, and due dates are so, it's just an estimation, first and foremost. Like, unless, you only prefer the date of conception one time, you never know the true due date.
Exactly.
So it's a guessing game. And even if you are, and sometimes the baby's ready at 38 weeks and it could be 40 weeks, like it's just an estimation. I did want to point out the fact that she was like, I wanted to be induced, and like that whole thing that, so many women are being like, oh, well, I have to schedule my birth, my delivery around my life. So I need to be induced to, work around work schedule and family vacations and things like that.
And astrological signs, girl.
Apparently that's checkbox.
What scares me is when we did our show on the astrological signs, when there was potentially a new one, the comment section is still going crazy. Still going crazy. And I'm like, if people take it this serious, I just thought that now there are a lot of people out there that's not vibing with their children because they're signs that they don't vibe with. This is insane.
Well, honestly, it's also not your responsibility to vibe with your child. You're supposed to raise a child. You don't have to be best friends with your child. Like, you don't have to click with your kid. Like,
this is how Menendez brothers are made. Like this. This is insane.
Yeah, you have one role, and that is to raise a human being.
Right.
That's it.
Love them unconditionally. So she's 2.5. She's a toddler. So you're gonna blame the fact that she's having temper tantrums on the fact that she's a Gemini? No, she's a toddler.
So my favorite type of comment that we get on that one post, the astrology post.
There you go.
Is space racism.
Space.
I think that concept is it's hilarious, but it's also like it's a little uncomfortably true, because if you think about it, people have generalized groups of people entirely based on when they were born. The thing that no one can control anything about how they're born. But now you're not even talking about what class I was born into, what color, what race, what sex, whatever. Now you're talking about you can't identify as another birthday. Like
wait, what? Can't you though?
There's a new calendar.
And then there's the Gregorian calendar that everybody talks about.
Yeah,
but it's, I don't know.
Right.
And I will also say another comment on another post that we had about Gen Z. Someone did call us out saying, the same people that complain about racism generalize people according to when they're born. Mm-hmm. And it's true. Like we do, I do think a Gen Z is a certain way, and I think a millennials is a certain way. I think of boomers, Gen X, blah blah blah. Like
and one that's not racism, it's prejudice. Two,
well, no, I
disagree. I disagreed with it publicly, completely. And look, a majority of Gen Z show us this. It is what it is. Not saying that all of them are like that, but people can justify it with the majority showing them this type of trait. So. It's not really a racism thing, because there's a lot of people that I'm not a malicious person, and I'm not going to hire the Gen Z. But when they don't want to hire a black person, it's like I'm not hiring that, and I'm not saying the word to get us flagged to work at our store. Wide nose, having breathing all the white man's there, like we can't, So
yeah.
I mean, I know, that I know there's a huge difference between racism and prejudice, but it's still like I don't know. It's there is a huge separation when you talk about astrology. When you talk about generationally, I don't know what you call it. It's just the different generations and everything. Like, and I mean, there's people who won't date other people of a certain sign. Like, that's prejudice as hell.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's some like 1950s, 40s mentality type. Like, what are you doing with your life type mentality? Like,
Oh, I had a friend who would not. I mean, we're friends now, but when we first met, she told me that she needed to see my entire birth chart before we continued our friendship.
Wow.
How long did that friendship last?
So
we're
what?
still friends. It's gonna be kind of funny. Oh my god, please don't post this. She's gonna be in my DMs. She'll be like,
Posting that clip and tagging her.
She absolutely was like, I really like you, but I'm doing this thing now where I'm very intentional with my friendships, and I cannot be your friend unless I see your entire birth chart. And she paid for it because, you have to, it's expensive.
And you need to know the time of birth and like what the moon cycle was and like.
Yeah, I had to call my mom.
So what? You had to call your mom.
I don't think.
I'm not gonna say my mama's name, but I was like, "Girl, I need the stats." Apparently,
that's
wow.
I don't think I would do it.
In hindsight, now I'm like, "Hey."
Right. I'm the exception of the rule. I'm not just like every Gemini, okay?
Okay.
So what would she have felt? I wouldn't know what she could have found that would be like, nah, never mind, we can't be friends. Your Mercury grade is at this time. I can't handle it.
Right.
You know, like
the tide was too high when you were born.
the tide was too high when you.
Wow.
All right, this starts the first of 2 4-minute topics.
I did delayed bathing with both my kids.
After they were born. That's because why would you need to? Why are they dirty?
Talk to us about how you only bathe your kids once a week. I want to know more about that.
Well, first off, I just let my kids do what they want to do. I have 4 children. I'm not going to fight with my kids over little stupid things like bathing.
Agreed.
What's the age gap again? Almost 10, 7, 5, and 2.
Woo, you're in it.
Yeah.
So you don't make them bathe every day. You'll just do when they want to once a week.
If it's once a week,
right.
Like now they swim. We have a pool and they swim in the summer. So I guess we call that bathing. So it's probably even less than that, but no, we tell it like our kids have autonomy over their bodies and their rooms, assuming, and they can make all the choices around that, assuming they're safe.
Thenya, current mother of a young child. Why don't you kick us off here?
It's the gentle, that is gentle parenting, I guess. I've been looking for the definition of gentle parenting. I guess she's doing it. That's crazy. I bathe my child because we need structure, we need boundaries, we need consistency. That's what children need. It's actually what they require. And when you leave the hospital, they tell you that, ma'am. And it kind of feels like you needed an IUD because you feel exhausted in a way that maybe you should, consider options for yourself. I'm not going to fight my kids. I'm not going to fight my kids because my kids are going to respect me and they know how, that I'm raising a human being again. Huh?
Right.
To be outside with other people.
Look, I always got a disclaimer. I love everybody. Everybody. But that got white people written all over it. What in the hell? You ain't gonna bathe your kid. It's so much of it. Number one, I'm not gonna fight with them. What you fighting with them for? Why is it an option? Go take a bath. But mom, I don't. Shut up. I go take a bath.
Take a bath. Yeah.
So simple. I just don't understand. Now we got these stank kids walking around us, and then you don't understand what you're doing. They're gonna all get beat up in school because they stink. This is how people get bullied. Oh, there's the stink boy. Let's get him. You're getting swirlies, and that's what they call them when you dump them in the toilet. Swirlies, getting swirlies, all of that stuff because they stink.
Yeah.
People just don't know how to take care of themselves.
Right. Well, and I think it's so the 2 points that really stuck out to me was the bathing right after that they're born. I kind of agree with that, just because the natural oils and all of that.
That one's true. Yeah, right when they're born.
Supposed to put lotion on babies because then it like clogs their pores and it like tricks them to overproduce oil, and that's like a lifelong thing. But she said her oldest son was 10. He's
and he swims, so he can go a couple weeks without bathing.
Yeah, with that, is it a chlorine pool or is it a saltwater pool? Because that makes all the difference. Chlorine should not sit on your body. It's going to just
your hair.
This a little itchy little white boy. He just itchy.
It's a chemical. It's a chemical. It dries out everything, and it's not supposed to be on your skin.
She's here with science. I like this.
What in the? I
was
like
here
what?
with my petty feelings, but she came with science, and I appreciate it. Keep going.
Saltwater pool versus chlorine, and then also, please don't make him overcompensate from not bathing to dousing his body in Axe body spray like we had to experience in middle school. It was awful. After gym class, you couldn't even go near that hallway. You couldn't, because it was just a cloud of Axe overwhelming. You're trying to mask this BO, so you smell like BO and you smell like Axe. Not a good.
I just got one. I just got one question. When you did smell that, was that somebody that skin complexion looked like mine? I'm just asking for a friend. Was it?
It was everyone. It was everyone.
Oh God! See, we all us jacked up. It's a wrap. No hope.
It was.
I identify as Asian now.
Yeah. It was awful.
Identify as Asian. We're not posting that. No, we're not.
Yo, this is insane, bro.
I can't with that woman. She's
the last two. What the hell?
Right.
All right. So
like,
this last topic is super interesting, man. It's like as many things we've had on this show about the bad side of the education system. Check this out.
Oh no.
This is what all children need to be learning in school. Watch this.
It's like something you would never learn at any other schools, these kind of things. Nope. We had a workshop called How to Manage an Airbnb.
What all was involved in that?
So the first session we were working on understanding cash flow, short-term rental, and then the second session the decision came up whether we wanted to buy a property or rent out a property that allowed you to do short-term rentals.
Yeah, and that's a complicated decision, right?
So we ended up actually renting a property. We didn't want to end up buying a property and then having to sell it later on.
Then what happened?
And then we started furnishing it. In our listing, we did put the fact that it was being run by 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. And despite that, we even got 5-star reviews, and so people were very happy with it.
Yo, hey, I was losing hope in humanity with the last two. This just made me really happy. I love this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why isn't this normal?
Should be.
I mean,
it's life skills, yeah, it's money management and making decisions and how to spend money efficiently and all of that, and making investments that why were we never taught how to do our taxes in school? And way back when, I'm probably aging myself, but we also never were taught how to balance a checkbook and or a bank account, what was coming in versus what was going out. These are life skills that, okay, I don't really need to know who was the general in freaking World War II. That's not gonna is my life, So
I mean,
I applaud this.
If you wanted to be like a world traveler or something, maybe, but but it's like, but yeah, that's I get that the kids were supposed to be kids. They weren't making kids get jobs at a certain amount of time. So I get why certain things weren't taught. But now when 15-year-olds can get hired, I feel like it's time to start implementing this stuff because definitely need to know it.
I guess my biggest question is the kids said they actually rented a property and did this, and they put on the listing that it was run by middle schoolers. Where did they get the capital to rent a property and then furnish it?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Mom and pops handled that for them.
I mean, but this is in a school though. So I mean, this had to be the most elite private school, in upstate New York or something like.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, what school is this that it has those kinds of resources?
Right.
Where those are the conversations that they're comfortable having. Because it's like we can present a hypothetical situation in any place. We could right now we could be like, okay, so we all have $100,000, and what do we do with it next?
Exactly.
Actually doing
into practice is a
but
totally
this
different thing,
school has the actual resources to teach these life skills.
For
Because
real.
they have the resources to
real life situations.
to fully realize those lessons. So this kid is like talking about, cash flow, and he feels comfortable on that mic. And
He was confident, man.
He was.
Little bro was professional.
okay. And he's apparently toured other schools because he was like, you would never get this at any other school. And
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like it gave me so much hope because we did a thing on the public grading school system, like it's like and I know the one that's posted for Florida, it's 100% to 62%. Anything under a 62 is for elementary is 100 to 62. For high schools is 100 to 60 to 64. It's 60 freaking 4, bro.
Is an A?
Yes, 64 and up is an A, 63 to 57 is a B, 56 to 44 C, 43 to 34 is a D, 33 and below is an F. So with grading scales like that, we need schools like whatever this little boy is going to, because this is insane.
Or maybe a happy medium. Can we just meet in the middle? Like
right. Just because you don't actually have to get an Airbnb. Like you could teach kids how to do this. Like you could come up with like a little program that you do, and you're like attendant and
a local business or something.
Right.
Exactly. A class that has options like it's got 4 9 weeks. So in the first 3.5, just the Airbnb. The next one could be how to do like a beauty salon, or give them a couple different choices.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hell yeah. Let's run Blaze's question.
Let's get it. All right, so it sucks that I can't use the question that I wanted to use originally when I found out Quashana wasn't going to be on the show. So now that she's not on the show, I'll ask a normal question. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my question is: if you could swap out one of your body parts for a robot version, what part would it be, and what unexpected feature would it have?
That's Blaze's idea of a normal question.
Like the setup? Come on.
It's the second part that's frightening. First part of the question, got it. Knees. I would get new knees. Oh my gosh, in a heartbeat. Ooh, swap them out. I wouldn't even hesitate.
You can do that.
In there.
They're not necessarily bionic, but you can get knee replacements.
Apparently not. You can get knee replacements, but apparently it's not bad enough yet. Apparently your knees gotta.
Oh, they got to be jacked up first.
Well, what features would your robot knees have?
Tweaking. It needs to. I don't know. I don't know what my doctor needs to hear from me. But
So what kind of features?
But what kind of features? Ooh, I probably have like. I would probably be doing some drag. I'd be voguing. You have features that like cars have. And they like drop
like hydraulic
suspension.
I'd have knees with hydraulic.
Dope.
Oh my god, this is exciting.
I think I would definitely get some sort of back support or like replace my spine, because that's my worst spot. But like it would also be connected to my legs, and I'd be able to hover everywhere. I don't necessarily need to like fly, but I just want to be able to just move without moving.
Dope.
Sounds awesome.
Move without moving.
Move without moving. I like it.
I would just do one of my eyes. And one of my eyes, I would be able to have like a zoom feature.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So I can, be nosy. I think it would be really cool if I had like X-ray vision like Superman.
Ooh, yes.
But I would like to keep one original. I don't know which one, but I would like to keep one OG. But as you can see, like I need prescriptions. So
Just in case something goes wrong with the robot eye, you still have the original.
You never know. You never know.
Right, you know.
Yeah. I was thinking the Superman, the eyes, but instead of X-ray, the laser. Because somebody needs to really make up for, like, Superman uses his laser beams for like something lame, like, hey, can I warm up your coffee, ma'am?
Right.
Like, you want to freaking
this tree that fell down.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking Bane's arm clean off. You feel me? Like, but my part would be, I would do like right here, the elbow area. You know what I'm saying? I do a robot there, and the freaking special feature would be the infinite stretch. You know what I'm saying? You could be in Alabama and I'm in Miami. What the hell you said to me, character? Bam! Back. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Go gadget.
Oh, go gadget arms. You feel me? Go gadget arms would be dope. I don't have to get up for nothing. Got to get the remote. And they can bend. They don't just go straight. They can, they bend and So, yeah, they're very flexible. So yeah, that'll be mine. Somebody at the front door, damn. Unlock. Perfect.
I think if you had asked me a couple years ago, I would have said like arms, and you get like gimbals with cameras on them that pop out. I
mean, yo.
Like or you gimbal and a microphone right here, just like, all right, sir, what do you think about this?
All the time.
Yeah, I like the zoom in eyes. If you were able to record too, it'd be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That is true.
Yeah, that would be fire.
That's cool, man.
Like changing my request. But...
You called me a punk. No, I didn't. Oh, you didn't? Click.
All right, let's do Danny's question, which we don't have the intro for, but here we go.
Still? Wow.
Well, this was another last minute,
Yeah.
That's what he was supposed to be able to
Look,
show up.
you're always going to be a last minute. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be prepared, bro.
You're airing our dirty laundry in public, Blaze.
Yo. Hey, y'all, the viewers, get on him. Comments, attack.
Okay, so what movie, no matter how many times you've seen it, will always make you cry?
Will always make you what?
Cry.
Oh. Damn.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and go first.
Mine's Apollo 13, when Bruce Willis throws Ben Affleck back into the elevator and he sacrifices himself to save Earth and all that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Says I love you the first time, and
I think. Oh wait, you're thinking Armageddon. You mean Armageddon?
Was it Armageddon? No, I thought it was Apollo 13.
With Bruce Willis, that's Armageddon.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, definitely.
That one.
Aerosmith song.
Yes.
What is it?
With the Aerosmith song.
Yeah. With Liv Tyler and all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a dope movie. Classic.
Danya, how about you?
I'm gonna have to say that makes me cry every time,
or at least get teared up, or
I would say. Okay, well, I'm debating between two, so now
say them both.
Okay, Soul, the Disney.
Okay. Yep.
That's a tough one. That's literally my soul. I'm always like, you're right. I was like, this is hard. Art is supposed to be doing it, and it's like just all of that happens every time, and I know it. I know the film.
It's gonna happen, but it still gets you.
And then Moulin Rouge.
Ooh.
The Baz Luhrmann,
Okay.
I'm like, even though I know she dies in the beginning, I'm like, oh, you ripped my heart out.
Respectable.
Yeah.
All right, so thugs are on crying movies, you feel me? but when I was like a lowercase thug, a lowercase G right before. And it was A Hunchback of Notre Dame, believe it or not. Hey, look, when Quasimodo saw old girl kissing dude, and that boy turned the corner and that he held on his heart, I felt for Quasi, bro. Hey, I was hurting from a dog. I'm talking about. I won't even like it hurt. Say what you want. Go watch the scene and before you go judging me. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all. I know some of you dudes been through that. You feel me? You thought you an old girl had good chemistry. You feel me? And then she over here tonguing down another. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Hurt.
I have the same back condition as Quasimodo had in Notre Dame, and my brother used to call me Quasimodo. But I think my answer would be the scene in Planet of the Apes when James Franco leaves the ape in the zoo and he has to leave him, and they're like looking at each other through the window, and it's all emotional, bro. That I don't want to watch that scene again. I'm good.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't necessarily cry, but I'd be cool, skip through it. You know.
Wow. Wow. Do you like monkeys and apes?
Okay, not gonna lie, I want a monkey. Danny doesn't want a monkey. I want a monkey, but it's not.
Why don't you want a monkey?
I don't know. I have a thing about monkeys. I don't know.
They're so cool.
Oh, we also have so many freaking cats.
She watches Jumanji a lot. That's why she watches Jumanji a lot. That's what it is.
Real quick, yo, I saw a thing. The kid that Harambe was killed for. It's been like 15 years, right? He was like 7. He's like 20 something. We deserve an update on Harambe's kid, the kid that died, or the kid that Harambe died for. We deserve an update. What's going on with that kid?
For real. We need to do research. You know the monkey, that the big ape, or what is it, a gorilla or is it an ape? Which one was he? He was one of the two.
I think it was a gorilla. I don't know. Harambe.
Yeah. Kid fell in the thing. He went to save the kid, and they shot the freaking. They killed him. And he was just protecting the kid.
Where is Harambe? Where's the kid that Harambe died for? We deserve an update.
Wow.
We do deserve an update. Oh.
All right, Tanya, why don't we do your question?
Okay.
Oh,
no intro. This man is great.
No intro. Yeah. You might as well just turn the show off, everybody.
Okay, so my question is it better to be or would you rather be a bad parent who's present or a bad parent who's absent? Like physically present in the home, or like a bad parent who is not like you don't know this parent.
You don't know this parent. So like we're the parent, not the kid.
So either you have a bad parent and you spend time with them, like they had a hand in raising you, or you have a bad parent but they didn't have a hand in raising you. Which one would you prefer?
I would definitely do the latter.
Not have a hand.
Like if he or she is toxic to the child, then they're most likely toxic to the partner. You know what I'm saying? So like just overall, it's such a bonding experience having a kid with someone. So if you can't vibe.
I literally was just gonna say maybe it's freaking
the Gemini.
I couldn't even get it out. Can't vibe with that damn Gemini.
Yeah, I would rather have no influence rather than a negative influence in my life.
I think it depends on how bad the bad parent is and how good the good parent is.
No, there's no option of the good parent. It's bad present or bad not present.
Either way, you got to take. You have to assume. I think the other parent is a good parent in the situation.
Yes, we're assuming the other one's good.
I mean, did the freaking, your boys, did they have a choice with two good? Both their parents were bad, so it's possible. So I think the present, because like LB said. In his comment, that at least you can learn from those mistakes. You can see some of the things that I'm not going to do. Because I feel like the combination, if them gone, and it's like now there's the loneliness and the little bit that they come, they're freaking douchebags. You don't like, why don't they love me? I'm lonely, whatever. But if they're present, there's at least justification on why your life is trash, because these people are consistently being horrible to me. So
I mean, you know, I'm with Dan. I'd rather him not be in the picture, but that's my personal experience, not with my parents, but with the way I brought my kid up. Like my ex was a terrible mother, and it would have been way better for my kid if I had been able to get her away from her earlier.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's been way better since she's not been in the pictures. So I'm going without the picture.
I mean, who was to say that things aren't the way that they are because, you know, she went through those experiences with the
She, I mean, you know, she could have cut it at 12, not 15.
You can learn from good behavior too. You know.
You can.
Well, true, and I mean, honestly,
and you could be spoiled by good behavior.
You know what? That's a good point. She has learned good behavior from watching her mom's bad behavior. Like, I opened the door for this kid. If she ever wanted to drink, smoke, weed, whatever, then she just lets me know, and she does it under our house, right? You know what I mean? Like under our roof. And she tried the weed once, and she didn't like it, and she has no interest in alcohol, like at all. And she, you know, her mom was on all sorts of drugs, and she has no interest in that life. So, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe it was best to see the bad version, you know, for at least some time.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at the camera and talk to mine real quick. Yo, Jay, if you even think about it, even sniffing, sipping anything, you know what's up. All right, continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a hard question, but I think I sort of agree that being present is part of, like, there's learning there, and as long as that person, there is a good person to not mitigate or so that there isn't violence or abuse, you know, but like it's just like not that great, you might need to see that.
Yeah.
I think that's valid.
You might just need to see that.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
He did. It's crazy.
Like a video game, and you respawned at home every time you died, how would you change the way that you live? So my answer, I'd be a superhero. I'd put it all on the line every night, you know. If it didn't go well, I'll show up at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, could you repeat the question? Sorry.
Okay. So if life was like a video game, and like every time you died, you respawned at home, how would that change the way that you live?
So this is weird because, like, I already know that I'm gonna live to like 102 or something like that. You feel me? So when I respawn, what age do I respawn in? I'm back to 102.
As you were.
Damn.
There's no life.
So, yeah. I'm gonna be freaking.
Avatar doesn't just stay the same.
So I guess, yeah, you would probably, being a superhero, that's a great answer. You know, wanting to help others.
Without the consequence of dying.
Right. Yeah, it's selfish because I don't have to worry about it. So
I mean, you're gonna respawn, so you can always do the risky save, sacrifice yourself for the person, and come back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty dope.
Another angle about it that I was thinking about is like, so if you like break your leg, right? It sounds terrible, but you could just like kill yourself and then you respawn and you're healthy and your leg isn't broken anymore.
See, that's why you have to set the ground rules, because you didn't say that. You said as you were, so you respawn back to a broken person with a broken leg.
You were talking about the age. We weren't talking about health conditions.
You're like, so if you get stabbed while you're being a superhero, go ahead and jump off the bridge.
Right. Just ask him, go ahead, finish it, bro. This hurts.
Just go ahead, right here.
I guess I wouldn't be afraid of so much stuff anymore. Like, I feel like as a parent, and I don't know if y'all feel this way, but I'm like, oh, that's no longer in my vocabulary, or that's no longer in my realistic wishes. Like, I'm not going to skydive.
Facts.
Right.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Go visit the Titanic.
I was that before the kid, but
Foolish.
That one for sure. That one was like, ooh. But yeah, so I think I'd be more willing to do stuff like that. Maybe I would even
take more risks.
I think put your life on the line more for others, and
Yeah, if you knew you could respond, that's that's a tough one.
Well, one of my first thoughts was, man, I'd be driving fast everywhere, but see, then I thought like the car doesn't respond. So if you wreck the car, then your car's wrecked.
Well, then also if you hurt someone else while you're driving that fast,
they're responding, so it's cool.
Because then I'm not saving anybody if they just
right.
That's true.
It's just us. It's just us. It's just you that you respond. That's not everybody.
Oh, somebody is.
Everybody else NPCs, man. They're dead. They're dead. You know.
Got you. They die. Yeah, you're right. Got you. Yeah. I mean, superheroes definitely the best one.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think everyone is in agreement with that you just, be better, take more chances, and rescue all animals possible.
You literally live forever. I think I would be like, when I get to a certain age, as soon as I get that first backache that's like really, I'm every day I'm gone and I'm responding.
Right.
I have to, because if not, you're just going to get older and worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And like, imagine being super, wake up, respond. Damn.
Hell yeah. This has been an awesome episode. Rapid Rants episode 17 with special guests Thenya and Danny. Thank you all so much for your time. You can catch us every single Friday at 3 p.m. EST on
the most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network. I love it.